What's going on, Knicks fans? You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and I want to say thank you to all 500 subscribers that have hit that big red button in the past month. If you want free daily videos around the Knicks, we're your one-stop shop. Hit that big red button, and for all the new subs, make sure your notifications are turned on and select all. Just hit that bell icon right underneath me, select all, and look, if you already have noties on or you just turned them on, type me in the comments section, and I'll make sure to give you a shout out on a future New York Knicks Now video. Welcome in, Knicks fans. You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. In today's show, we're going to get into a mailbag where I answer subscribers' questions. So look, if you want to get on the next New York Knicks Now, you got to be a subscriber. So go down right now, hit that big red button, and use the hashtag Knicks in the comments section to ask your questions to be featured on the next Knicks mailbag. But this first one coming in from Real As It Gets, I saw the T-Wolves are shopping D'Angelo Russell. Should the Knicks trade Julius Randle for him? I saw that there was the rumor out there from Mark Stein. We actually have the quote. We'll pull that up in a second. But a straight-up swap for D'Angelo Russell of Julius Randle, I'm not against it. I don't know if I'm for it, but I'm here to break down the idea. This is what Mark Stein had to say about the D'Angelo Russell trade rumors. He said, Russell wound up on the bench at crunch time in the Timberwolves' season-ending Game 6 defeat at home to Memphis and averaged just 12 points per game on 33% shooting in his second career playoff series. Numerous rival teams expect the Wolves to try to trade Russell this offseason, irrespective of Russell's close relationship with Minnesota star Karl Anthony Towns. And look, if you're going to move on from him, that's fine. I don't know how much they want in return, but when you break down the player of D'Angelo Russell, he had solid numbers in 2021, 18 points, 17 assists, a low field goal percentage, just 41%, and shot an okay 34% from three. But I have my concerns about D'Angelo Russell. Never in his career, not one time has he shot above 44% from the field. So he is a volume shooter that's not an efficient shooter. And he's only played more than 60 games 4 times out of his 6-year career. So he's inefficient, and he's hurt somewhat a good bit. But at the end of the day, the need the Knicks have at point guard, I'd be down to make a D'Angelo Russell for Julius Randle trade. So therefore, I'd be typing A in the comment section right now if the T-Wolves called the Knicks and said, yo, let's do a Randle for Russell swap. I'd accept it, but I want to take the pulse of all Knicks fans right now. Weigh in the comment section. One thing I love about Knicks fans, we're loud, we're proud, and we want our opinions to be heard. So use that in the comment section. I'll be down there reading and interacting with you later. Type A for accept or go down and type D for decline. Sin City, what's going on, my guys? Should the Knicks sign Carmelo Anthony? Let him end his career with the Knicks. I love Carmelo Anthony. Everything that he did for the city. The fact that he put it on his back to say, I want to go to New York and forced his way there, as many stars have shied away from that opportunity. I love Melo for that, and I respect it. Although he didn't achieve the final goal, the fact that he wanted to be the man in the city, I respect that. And I love how well he's bounced back in his NBA career. This past year with the Lakers, he did way better than I thought he was going to do. He averaged 13.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, and was an extremely efficient player, 44% and 37.5% from three. Outside of Malik Monk, Carmelo was probably the best player on the Lakers and most consistent player all year long. For a guy that was out of the league after the Rockets cut him a couple of years ago, for him to bounce back the way he did, hats off to him. He's gotten in better shape, he's lost weight, and he's evolved his game as being a three-point sharpshooter. But let's revisit what he did with the Knicks when he was one of the best players in the NBA, one of the best scorers. In 412 games with the Knicks, averaged 25 points per night, 7 rebounds, 44% from the field, 37% from three. I can go on and on about the Carmelo Anthony moments, like the big-time game on Easter against the Bulls, when he beat the Boston Celtics in round 1 of the playoffs. I know it wasn't a title, but let's be honest, as Knicks fans, that's the most exciting basketball we've seen since Patrick Ewing. I love Carmelo, so let's show him some love on the show right now. Do I think the Knicks should re-sign him? I don't know. It'd be cool because I love Melo, but I don't care about that. Let's show him some love in the comment section because he did a lot for this city. He did a lot for the Knicks. He made them respectable. He was second in the East with the Knicks one year. So let's show some love. Type number 7 in the comment section. I want to go down there and see 1,000 number 7s. Hats off to Melo. 3 to the dome. Let's ride, baby. This next one coming in from PPP Loan 45. Does that mean you took out 45 PPP loans? If you did, you might want to move out of the country. But he asked, what are your expectations for Obi Toppin this season? I love Obi Toppin. I also love me some sloppy toppy. But look, I have big expectations for Obi for the way that he ended this season. I mean, when he started 10 times this year, he played well. He started the last 5 games of the season when Julius Randle was out for the season because of that quad injury. He stepped in and produced 20.3 points per night in those 10 starts, 7 rebounds, was efficient, shot 57% from the field, and 43.6% from 3. And outside of those 10 games, he also played well when he got minutes. It's science. If Obi Toppin played, he played well. And the sad thing is, he only played in 17 games where he played more than 20-plus minutes. That's a crime. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau for that. In those 17 games, he played well. Averaged 14.6 points per night, 5.5 bounds, and shot almost 60% from the field and 33% from downtown. I truly believe if Obi Toppin can be a 35% three-point shooter, he has all-star potential. We saw him drop 40 points. We saw him drop 30 points. He had 10 assists. He's a very dynamic player. He is everything you want in a player. High energy, loves the city, he's energetic, and he's a highlight machine. Him in the open court, watch out because you're probably going to get posterized and it's going to be a Sports Center top 10 play. But what about this question? Let's play a little game. Over and under. 15 points for Obi Toppin next year. Can he do it? Will he score more? Will he score less? I think that's really dependent on if Julius Randle's going to be on this team next year. If Julius Randle's off the team, I think over. But unfortunately, if Randle's on the team, I think under. But let me know where you stand. Over or under 15 points for Obi next year. Doug, New York 11. What's up, guy? If the Knicks don't end up adding a big-time point guard, what about signing Monte Morris? He started every game for Denver and was solid. I liked what I saw from Monte Morris this past season. I thought he had the best year of his career in a season where he started 74 games. He played 75 games in total. He was dependable. He was healthy, and he was productive. Averaged 12.5 points per night. His assist numbers weren't that high because Jokic is ultimately the point guard on that team. So if he got out of the shadows and got away from Denver, I could see him averaging 7 assists per night. But he was efficient as well. Shot 39% from deep and 48% from the field. He's a scoring guard that likes to get his teammates involved. And if the Knicks strike out on a guy like Donovan Mitchell or Damian Lillard or Jalen Brunson or Colin Sexton or all the names we've talked about on this show, I would be down for the Knicks to make a Monte Morris move in free agency. They don't have a lot of cap space, but with the mid-level exception, that would be a guy that I would like to sign for the Knicks. Him and Emmanuel quickly as your starting and backup point guard, I think that would be a good look for the Knicks, as well as addressing possibly that need in the first round of the NBA draft. But I want to know what you think, Knicks fans. Should the Knicks sign Monte Morris? He's not an A-list player. He's probably not even a B-list player. But he's a good basketball player. He's played for a winning team, and he's an efficient, dependable player. The Knicks, they need all those things on this roster. But I want to hear from you. Type S for sign, or you can go down and type P for pass. I appreciate everybody that's made New York Knicks Now part of their day. You're a real one. If you made it this far in the video, go down and type NYK in the comment section, New York Knicks. I'll give you a shout out on a future one, but give me a follow on Twitter @MarshallGreen_.